true story. So when we were kids, there was a group of us that used to hang out at this girl's house because she had no parents. And it was me, my cousin, my brother, a few of our friends. We were walking home one morning at about 5:36, something like that, right before the sun came up. And this bum had appeared alongside us, walking alongside us, and started talking to us. And we had seen him around on the streets before. We weren't really alarmed. We just kind of listened to him, and we dipped off down these steps and sat down talking with him for a while. And he knew we played music because we all looked like members of Marilyn Manson. And he started talking to us about if we wanted to make it, the things that we had to do, and the plan that we had to go through with. And he said it came down to 3 things, and the first one was to talk about our death, which at the time we thought was just funny because we were kids and everything was pretty much funny. Then he had a few sentences backing up each of his bullet points, and the second one was we had to say fuck a lot, which seemed pretty simple and straightforward, and we also thought that was funny. But the third one was a little bit more confusing. He said, you have to convince the world that this whole thing is about kill your mother, kill your father, kill your brother, rape your sister, because that's all they think it's about anyway. So that was a bit more confusing. We were kind of used to it anyway because everyone assumed people that look how we look as like a devil worshipping, rape your sister and killing your parents kind of look anyway. This was around the time of like Columbine and stuff like that. So he told us those things, and we walked home and ended up becoming daylight and kind of never thinking anything of it again. And about 17 years later, we were sitting in a restaurant. We had a major label record deal, and our CD was in stores, and we were touring the world and doing all the things we planned to be doing. And we were sitting in a restaurant at home, and obituaries came on the TV. Because Flint's a small town, so they still play obituaries on the television, and I had just happened to look up and see him. His obituary was on the TV. He had just died recently, and this was about 17 or 18 years after this story where we sat in the woods with him and he told us these 3 things. And me and my cousin were both there, and we were both sitting there. We talked about how we inadvertently, gravitated towards doing the first 2 things that he said we had to do anyway, talking about our death and saying fucking a lot. We talked about how strange it was and how we didn't really make it a point to. And then we brought up the third thing, which was that essence, that kind of no press is bad press spirit I think he was getting at, making rock and roll dangerous. I think he was kind of like in the same vein as All Hail rock and roll kind of thing. And we realized we never did that, so it took a couple years to thinking about how the hell do you do that. But I ended up just coming to the conclusion that we're going to put it on a humongous backdrop and burn it during a video, just to put it out into the ethos of the world that this was his dying plans that he said we had to go through with, that we never made good on. And that he reminded us, his death reminded us rather, all the years later. So we were kind of contractually bound to put that out there for superstitious reasons.
This is 911, where is your emergency? My parents were shot. You what? My parents, I think they were shot. I'm sorry, what is your name? How old are you? Huh? I'm 20 years old.
911, what is your emergency? My daughter's been shot in the head. Hey. I actually killed somebody.
You think you killed somebody?
No, I know I did. I feel so messed up.
Is she bleeding right now?
No.
Is she bleeding anywhere?
Yes, she's bleeding all over the bed. Because I stabbed her. You shot your mom. Yeah, she did.
Twice. And after I shot him the one time, he was still moving. So I think I shot him again.
Looks like cut her mother's throat.
Still breathing. My dad is not.
Your dad said, let me speak to your dad.
No, he's dead. On the ground. And I said, Dad.
Small male white boy with a white shirt. I want to immediately arrest them. I'm not nervous.
He's hurting her right now. They got to be stationary right now because I'm listening to him rape her.
Stop it! He's in bed with her. Stop it! Yes.
Joey, screaming. Are you
Stop it! Stop it! Just stop it!